Everybody from individual retailers to Fortune 500 companies is talking about branding today. Everybody. But I'll be honest with you, in my 30 years of experience, I frankly think most people still don't get it. And let me just tell you what I mean. A brand isn't a logo. It's not an identity. It's not even a product. Now, those things are all part of a brand, but really what a brand is an experience. Let me define it for you. Think of a brand this way. It's an experience, or it's an emotion, or probably better said, it's a perception that somebody other than you has of what it's like to do business with you. It's that emotion that you're trying to create. That's really what a good brand is and does. Recently, my wife and I were at a social dinner at a charity event, and we got to talking to the couple that was seated at our table. And we asked each other, what do we do? And some of the clients, and I mentioned that I've had the great pleasure in my career of working with Deere and Company. And you would have thought I had just said nirvana to this guy, because he immediately pipes up and says, oh, we just moved into this new house, and the first thing I did, I went out and bought me a John Deere lawn tractor. This guy had just paid $12,000 for a lawnmower. But his whole reason is that, you know what he really wanted? He told me, and he was so proud of this, I got me a John Deere hat. Now, this wasn't a guy who grew up on a farm, or he didn't own a construction company, but he had the impression of what? That's the kind of business and people and other owners that he wants to be associated with. So begin to think about, are people saying that about us? Now, here's the other side of it, though. Are they saying that about me? I think one of the great mistakes that organizations make is that they really don't give enough thought to what really creates your brand is the experience that people have with your people. So to that end, let's think about it personally for a moment. How do you become your own brand? How do you become a brand of one? How do you do that? There are three things you really need to think about. First of all is competencies. So that's what you do. All right? And we all have them. Standards. That's how you do it. And then the other and final and is critical a piece, that's style. That's about the relationship that you have both inside and outside your organization and how you begin to create that. I got a great test for you as you think about becoming your own brand. You're walking out of a restaurant, and in comes one of your customers with one of their friends, someone who you don't know. And you don't really have time. You're in a hurry. You're on the way to a meeting. They're obviously got some things that they're discussing. And so consequently, you don't have time to do anything other than a cursory hello, how are you? And you walk on. But just as you're getting out of earshot, you hear your customer's friend say to them, who was that? How do you want them to answer that question? What would your brand be? So you think about that question. So let's just play this out. Let's say you're Bob and you're an insurance agent. You're in the insurance business. So wouldn't it be great if your customer said, when his friend asked him, so who was that? If it went something like this, well, that was Bob. He's my insurance agent, and I've been working with him for years. He absolutely makes sure that I know every possible opportunity that I have to mitigate risk in both my family and personal life and my business. Without a doubt, he is the best that I've ever seen in understanding what customers want and help them make the right decisions. I can't even think about having another insurance agent besides Bob.